a meeple grande. No small meeples in the meeple grande crew, yeah, yeah. It's meeple grande. It's meeple grande. Meeple grande in the longboat through the English Channel to the castle moat, yeah, a meeple grande. Better watch out when they come a-wading along the shoreline. Gonna have no place but to throw and a shout. Drew and Laura, marital quarrel, playing the border games, meeple grande. Drew and Laura, playing the border, marital quarreling, meeple grande. 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 Laura, playing the border, marital quarreling, meeple grande.
Hello.
Hey. Bear with me. I have a monster headache.
Yeah, I wasn't even sure if you were gonna stream.
I'm not even trying to make a pun out of that.
Did you say monster headache?
Monster headache.
Oh, is that what I gotta look forward to?
Yes.
Oh no, the monsters, the headaches.
It is the migraine. I don't even want to call it a migraine because it's not a migraine. Well, I have neck pain, which is giving me the headache.
So it's like not a trigger migraine. I mean, it still technically could be a migraine because
whatever it is, it sucks. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Hi, Time Roller.
It's your grain.
It's your brain.
It might be broke. It might be my grain.
No, it's not his brain.
It's totally broken.
So Drew's gonna teach me this game today.
Yeah.
I've been in contact with a small publisher today. Looking at cool stuff.
Yeah,
I like that we're connecting with a lot of people now. It seems it's all at one time, so that's a little bit overwhelming. But
no, it's good though. It's
yeah.
It's
and these games that we're finding are really cool too.
We're making connections with people that are not huge. You know, they're not like these big time game creators.
Yeah.
And you know, they're trying their best to get their stuff out there.
Yeah, this one that I found that we're talking to now, they posted last night. It was like 3 a.m. wherever they were, and they were like, I should be sleeping right now, but like I'm so excited about this, and I couldn't sleep, and I finally got it all done, and I was like, I really need to check out this game. And then it was pumpkin themed, so
yeah.
Well, you know how that goes.
Do you have the card game in an Elder Sign box?
Oops, ouch. What? An advert on the side of the Elder box?
No, oh, that's an advertisement.
Yeah. It's the
which, by the way, is a game that
we still want that.
I want so bad.
I know Matt
you can get it. You can get it on Amazon.
Well,
really easy.
I watched Matt play like the digital version, and I even thought that one was cool.
I want Elder Sign. It is extremely brutal. That game is one of the most brutal Arkham themed games.
Besides this one? Because we thought this was pretty brutal.
Besides this one, when you leave anything to the chance of the dice, it's brutal to me. But
he meant it's an advertisement on the side of the box. I was I was trying to like I read a different word.
Okay, so
Trevor says he has that, and that's all right. I need to grab something really fast. I forgot.
I watched it being played so many times. I absolutely love it. Okay, I think I have everything set up from the last time I played, I believe. So we're not gonna have to do much as far as setup goes. I want to play Mountains of Madness with you two. It's kind of a party game you need. Yeah.
What about Mansions of Madness? I heard.
Not Mansions.
Oh. Thought I heard Mansions of Madness.
Monsters.
No. Or Madness of Mountains or
Mountains.
Mountain?
Mountains of Madness. No, I really want to play that with people or somebody.
Yeah. So Tyrell, just come visit us.
Get on the plane, yeah.
Get in your UFO.
Get in your UFO.
And then come see us.
Okay, so I believe I have the basic weakness and our character weakness in the decks here.
I'm gonna check my message real quick because they were replying.
Yeah, go ahead. We're still. You keep going further away. No, we haven't. We've actually.
No, we're closer now. Don't
actually
you say
gotten
that?
Closer. Think about it. Yeah, this is all of it. Cool. So I have everything set up. It's great. I believe this is a totally different story, which is something we can probably do after this.
So that Roland, right? The one that I really like, he said he specifically created it for his 4-year-old daughter.
Ah, see? Even better.
A nice long message about both of the games.
Awesome. So we've got something to talk about.
Yeah. And they're a Halloween family, so that makes it even better. Because I was like, oh, I love this one because...
Heck yeah, see?
Yes.
Alright, so this is...
we have a first-time chatter. Hello, how are you?
TGC... Oh, hello. That rhymed a little bit.
Yeah, Laura likes the
I don't know
games
where
made
you
for
are,
toddlers.
or
Shut up!
where you were, so I don't know. Just know that I'm not there. I know.
Time Roller, you have to come visit.
Dorellas, hello.
I love a Time Roller says I like games made for toddlers.
So, we're gonna be playing...
I'm an advanced toddler.
Yeah, so we're gonna be playing Arkham Horror, the living card game.
Yep.
This is gonna be our first time playing it the right way.
Not the wrong way.
Not the wrong way, but the right way. Because I did play this
I'm
earlier.
very curious if our first time chatter is the person I'm talking to on Instagram, because TG is the initials of
Maybe.
the thing.
Maybe.
If it is, you just came in on us bragging about your game already.
Well, look, if you make most of the games that end up really great are made for other people.
Yeah.
Like Joe from Beluga Bliss made that whole roll and write adventure for his fans.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Hi.
Hey. Yeah, so we were literally just talking about connecting with smaller developers.
Yeah.
We absolutely love doing it.
Well, our very first one that we ever connected with was Travis when we got the postcard horror games.
Yeah, the postcard horror games, which we still have.
Yeah.
We have the blown up ones that we did before we even got the original games.
And then we have 2 sets of them.
And then we have 2 sets of the postcard games.
Is that a snowball mic? Yes.
Yes, it is. That's until we get our rig set up for whatever.
We recently relocated as well. We lived in Virginia, now we live in South Carolina, so we know all about moving a family.
Yeah, so this is our new house. We still have our walls that are bare.
So you're going to hear a little bit of an echo sometimes. And a dog.
So we have the mic right in front of us because if we have it where we normally had it,
nobody can hear me because I'm too quiet.
There was too much of an echo, and you're too quiet. But I like it here.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I do like
and
it
look,
here.
We have a skull. It's decorative.
It's a decorative skull, yes. Okay, so like I said, I have built.
I feel like our camera is a little bit off. Like, did we do something?
No, it is the dog. The dog
okay.
smacked into
because
it.
it was centered where our fireplace was.
No,
okay.
The dog smacked into it yesterday. He literally smacked into everything yesterday.
He knocked over the lamp yesterday.
He just went crazy yesterday.
Then he ate through a rubber toy.
So yeah, the cam is a little off.
Oh, my mom's side of the family is in Fredericksburg. We're in Virginia. We used to live. We lived near Roanoke.
Yeah. I know where Fredericksburg is. I've passed it a few times.
I was born and raised in Virginia, and he is originally from New York.
Okay, here's your Wendy Adams. Okay.
Yeah, I figured so. Do I put this face down?
You need to shuffle that for what?
Okay.
Now, remember, you have special abilities. Do not forget that you have them because they will help us during the game.
When you reveal a chaos token, choose and discard 1 card from your hand, cancel that chaos token, and return it to the bag. Reveal a new chaos token, limit 1 per test or ability.
Yeah.
The Elder Sign effect is +0. If Wendy's amulet is in play, you automatically succeed instead. Okay.
Yeah, so we want to get that amulet into play if you possibly can. Roland Banks is who I'm playing as. After I defeat an enemy, I discover 1 clue at the location. Limit once per round. So that's super good. So that means if there is a clue at a location that an enemy is at and I defeat it, I get the clue for free, basically.
Okay.
Plus, there are Elder Sign tokens that are, well, one that's going to be in the bag. And when that gets pulled out, that's going to trigger the second effect, which for me is a +1 for each clue on your location. So whatever my test is, I'm going to get +1.
Okay.
So that's good. Especially if there's a whole bunch of clues on that location. It's something you want. Okay, so we don't need the box anymore. The box is done. We have everything we need. So you guys want to get down to the table? I don't think there's anything we have to really talk about right now. We talked about some new games that we're going to be showing off in the next couple of weeks.
I did make 2 posts in Discord last night. One about Zombie World and when we're gonna play.
Yes.
And I want whoever wants to play to make some sort of emote or something on that. And then I posted one for Mysterium Park as well because I want to get Derek back on the show, and we can play a lot of people on Mysterium Park. So I'm trying to book up our Fridays now in October.
So we've got a game of Zombie World that is going to happen. And
I also wrote in the post, if we have enough people that are interested in Zombie World that we can play off stream.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily have to.
So our good friend Time Roller has volunteered to DM that. So I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see what kind of story he comes up with. As if we know Time Roller,
he's full of chaos.
Yes, he is. He is super creative. Okay, let's get to the table.
Yep. Wee boop.
All right.
It is still really dark. That is insane.
What? The table is super dark. It is dark.
We need to invest in a table mat, like an actual full table thing.
The thing is, over here in South Carolina, it's always dark,
except when the sun comes out. I was reading something on Google that like this is how it is all year.
Is it?
Yeah.
Dude, that sucks.
It's gonna rain and be cloudy like all the year.
That sucks. So another thing we need to set up is a lighting. Our light up here is so focused down on this table.
I thought this would be perfect, but no.
You can see the ring.
Yeah.
Right here.
It feels like the old times when we used to use the ring light.
Yeah.
But it's our
so that light is so focused down on this table. We need a way to spread it to where the rays just sort of just go everywhere.
Well, like I said, we can just get like a bright blue mat or something.
So I need to find something that will disperse the light rays. Huh?
We'll just replace it with a chandelier. Make it spooky in here.
Well, the thing is, without this light on,
it's very dark.
It's super dark, and our camera struggles to keep a good image.
We raided into Time Roller last night when I was playing over at the whole card, and he was showing that really cool game. I can't remember the name of it, but it looked really. He was just finishing it, so it kind of made me sad because I wanted to see it. But he was talking about cameras with somebody else in chat and how he controls everything through his phone. Like he doesn't have to get up and adjust it or like zoom it down or zoom it in. Or I was like, really?
Okay.
That's so nice. Why don't we have that?
So we've got 2 different things going on. We've got an act. So this act 1.
Okay.
That's what it's going to show. Then we're going to read that in a little bit, and then there's a agenda. So this is the good stuff. This is the bad stuff.
It's been so long since we played this. I don't remember what happens, and we played it wrong.
So the gathering here is on easy standard.
That sounds good to me.
That deals with the tokens that are in the bag that have different faces. All right. This is sort of the deck where during the Mythos phase we will each pull a card from there and see what happens, basically. I believe we start out in the study. So these are the locations that are going to come out eventually. You've got this whole side of the table to work with your stuff. So
I just didn't remember how much room I actually need.
If this is too bright, then I'm sorry, but this is the only way we can do it right now.
Do you want me to grab a mat? I mean, I can. I know where it is. It's right behind us.
It's fine. It's just this table is just reflecting so much.
I know. I just want it to look better. It's
I use a soft box, but even that one causes massive table reflections on the table. Yeah, it is. But in our old house, the lighting on the ceiling was way over there. So the reflection was basically near the edge of the table. This table is a darker wood, and for some reason, it reflects way more light.
Yeah, our other table in the old house, which I mean we still have, it was lighter wood, but I love darker wood stuff, so that's where our problem lies. So I know I have it upside down.
It's totally upside down. It's fine though. It's fine.
I just need
the mat. The mat is not.
Does the mat help it?
Sort of.
Or is it?
All right. What you guys need to know is that no. What you guys need to know is that this is the study. This is where we will be starting at. We will be reading everything as it happens. We still need to set up the chaos bag, which is not going to be very difficult because you have all of the chaos tokens over there.
Where do I put this? Does it matter?
Right down there. Yes.
Okay. What about this?
These two cards here are going to be used for later, so we're going to leave that there.
Okay.
All right, so let's set up the chaos bag really fast.
Oh no! Now that throws the stupid glare there.
Why did you move it?
Oh, it's better. Everything's fine. Stay over there in Middle Earth. Alright. Time Roller does not have this issue with his glareness.
No, he has the right setting for his lighting.
Yeah.
So anything here is going to be horrible.
Bad, so
see, this is the main focus right in the middle of the table.
Which is the middle of our room.
So look, what we really need to do is just show you the card, okay? So this is where we're going to start out. You can put your investigator card here. We will read everything that's going to happen soon. Like I said, let's
do the chaos bag.
Let's do the chaos bag first. I'll be there lurking while working. That's fine.
That's fine, Karen.
You are all good. We
understand. Chaos bag.
Okay. Now, where the heck did I see setup for the chaos bag?
I do not know.
Okay, we want to set up for... There's supposed to be a setup here.
Wasn't it like on here?
There's an easy, normal, and then a hard
It has nothing
setup.
to do with this card here?
No.
No? Okay.
This is the one thing, and I've said it while I played on my own.
Karen says, that's the playmat my Amazon cart. Well, don't expect it to be big. It's like a personal playmat.
Yeah.
But we need something sometimes. We currently need a large, lighter colored one, though.
All right.
Because Arkham and Middle Earth are not the same place.
Fantasy Flight has this horrible issue
Is
where...
it in the other book?
Where they have, like, 16 different books for one game.
Didn't I give you all the books, too, maybe? Do you need this?
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I didn't give you everything. I saw this one, and I was like, that's not
See,
the book.
why isn't this in the Learn
How
to
to
Play?
Play?
Yeah. All right, so we're playing a standard or easy?
Mm-hmm. Let's go easy because
Let's go with easy. Okay, no, that's fine.
I have a bad reputation with this game because of how bad it was last time.
So here's what we need in the chaos bag, right? I'm gonna give you the bag. Oh, never mind.
I'm gonna do it
You
this
give
way,
me
so yeah.
everything that I asked for. I need 2+1 tokens. 2+1 tokens into the bag. I need 3 0 tokens.
1, 2, 3. Howdy, Phantom Meeple. How are you?
Hello.
He gave me his address yesterday. I forgot to tell you.
Yeah, it would have been
Nice
to know.
Yeah.
3 of the -1s.
1, 2,
So as you can see so far, it's not all good at all.
No, everything seems bad.
2 of the -2s.
No, that's a minus 8. I almost picked up both of those.
Oh my god, -8?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Wow. 2 skull tokens.
That's a head. There you go. Oops.
Yeah.
I dropped it in the middle.
1 occultist token. It's the one with the hooded figure.
Color is it?
It's whatever color the tokens
there we
are. Yep. 1 token that looks like a tablet or a rock. It's all the way on the left. Yep.
Looks like a shield to me.
I don't know. A tentacle token, which is red, I believe, and an elder sign, which is blue. Okay.
That's all for this.
That's
right
all.
Now.
That is all. So we're gonna give the bag a little shake, and we are ready to go.
One thing I did not like about this game that we're just starting again is that it does not come with a bag.
No, I already said that it doesn't come with a bag, so we have
I
to get our
wasn't
own
here
bag.
when that happened.
I know.
I'm just putting that out there.
All right, so this campaign book comes with all the story that you need.
Cutie Butt is asleep under the table timer. He's being good right now. He was a little bad earlier.
Yeah. So I came home in a decent mood except for my headache and my neck pain, and then pretty much dog jumps on me, rips my pants.
Yeah.
So
you know
so that
how
that
working
happened.
is, and you get frayed pants and
Yeah.
weak in certain areas, and Kennedy was like, "Oh, Dad!
Yeah.
Oh, Dad!"
So I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that kind of pissed me off a little bit, but you know what? It's whatever.
It's time for new jeans, anyways, for work.
It's whatever.
Because you keep losing weight.
No, I've been the same weight.
No. Yeah, it happens. He
Okay.
also ate through his toy last night.
All right. So, let's read the stories,
Okay.
and then we will learn how to play. Well, you will learn how to play, basically.
Should we read these first?
No.
No. When he gets up here, Timer, I'll make sure he gets a treat.
All right. So this is called the Ghoul's Hunger. I think this is the start of the whole campaign for this whole box.
Okay, I have a question before we start.
Yes.
How much is in this box?
How much? I believe there's
Like campaign-wise?
I believe there's 3.
Okay. So if I end up liking it, we still have more?
Yeah.
This is also one of Jen's favorite games, and she said her and her boyfriend have like binders and binders of cards.
Midnight. So that's 1, 2. Yeah, there's 3, including this one.
I put the map upside down because, you know, I'm Misty. Time was set for my benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can be the player on that side of the table, Time Waller. We'll put your cards out here. You can play.
All right, so this whole campaign that's in this book that comes with the base game is called Night of the Zealot.
Okay.
Okay, it goes in 3 parts. So the part we're going to be playing is The Gathering.
The Great Wigsby is in check.
Ah. Hello, Derek. So this is the story for the Night of the Zealot, the whole campaign.
Okay.
So this is just the intro. Friday, September 18th, 1925.
I'm getting tips in chat already.
Arkham, Massachusetts. Don't spoil it!
I haven't played this. Don't spoil it for me.
It is the end of a long and abnormally hot summer. First hints of autumn beckon, but a heavy heat persists, relentless. A silent, unspoken anger grips the town. Tempers are short, and in the last week alone there have been numerous reports of townspeople coming to heated, violent blows with one another over simple misunderstandings. And now, a call from James Hankerson claims to have found a dismembered body in his barn. Who finds that stuff?
People in the South.
Blaming the weather would be too easy. There's something wrong with this town, and not a whole lot of this old soothsayer can do to stop the slide. Some of these words. My auguries indicate a small group of investigators will soon take note of these strange happenings and set forth to make things right. I'll be watching their progress, but I won't be holding my breath.
That's terrible. He doesn't have faith in us already.
Okay, part 1, The Gathering.
Why does it say do not read?
This is the ending. I'm not reading the ending.
I know, that's all I saw.
You and your partners have been investigating strange events taking place in your home city of Arkham, Massachusetts. Over the past few weeks, several townspeople have mysteriously gone missing. Recently, their corpses turned up in the woods, savaged and half-eaten. The police and newspapers have stated that wild animals are responsible, but you believe there is something else going on. You are gathered together at the lead investigator's home to discuss these bizarre events. So that is the intro to this part 1, The Gathering.
Tex is trying to spare you a rage quit. So Drew played this last Wednesday solo with 2 characters. But I didn't play.
Alright, so
But you won last week, right?
I did, I won.
Okay.
I did not spoil any of the story though.
Yeah.
Alright, Act 1. Trapped. As you leap to investigate, the door to your study vanishes before your eyes, leaving behind only solid wall. You're trapped inside your study until you can find another way out.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, so
I'm shuffling again because I get paranoid.
So for us to pass this, we're going to need 2 clues per investigator. So there's 2 of us, so we're going to need 4. That's what that number 2 means. Okay. With the person with the hat. Did we play that wrong
last time?
No.
Okay. I'm curious to where we went wrong the first time we tried to play this.
Alright, so the agenda.
You're already expecting too much from me.
Yeah. It is late at night. You're holed up in your study, researching the bloody disappearances that have been taking place in the region. A few hours into your research, you hear the sound of strange chanting coming from your parlor down the hall. At the same time, you hear dirt churning, as if something were digging beneath the floor.
And Derek says, alright, off to do things. Peace out, friends. Pun intended. Peace as in peace. Bye, Derek.
Okay. So this game comes with a nifty, neat round sequence card.
That's always good.
Yeah, which should be used always. On the back side, it has your available actions, and it tells you what to do if you are engaged with a creature. You can only do a certain amount of actions while you are engaged. If you try to do anything else, you can. However, the creature will get an opportunity of attack on you.
Okay.
So it'll attack you for doing something other than what it says back here. But you're allowed to do it. So there's no, you don't have to flee first and then do it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's probably best.
If you play a game solo using 2 characters, is it still a solo game? Or are you actually playing it with yourself? Well, our great friend Time Roller plays games by himself all the time.
Oh, yeah. That's where I learned how to do it.
Yeah.
Our buddy Time Roller, that's in chat.
Yeah.
He plays all the games. Left hand, right hand. Whichever wins, he keeps track of that.
But he also plays with chat, too.
He does.
We can be purple.
So he posted... a stream from yesterday of a game he was playing. I was like, oh man, I missed it. He's like, well, I was test streaming this stream with you. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, that game looks really cool. I don't remember what it was called.
War Whispers.
Yeah, I knew it was something about whispering.
It's an area control game. It looks really neat.
I can't
wait to try it. Okay, now we're gonna start with 5 cards from our deck. Okay, our hand limit is 8.
Okay.
I believe our hand limit is 8.
I might need to know that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's 8.
Sounds good.
So go ahead and draw your 5. You did shuffle, right?
Yeah, what?
Alright, so...
I was seeing if I could have your cards on Discord. Oh.
Yeah. On my other computer.
That way he doesn't see your cards?
Oh, what is this? This has to be wrong here.
Why? What'd you do?
Because I drew both weaknesses.
Oh, so did I.
How did that happen? That's not
I mean,
right.
I shuffled. I shuffled mine. You shuffled yours.
I did. Let's see what happens if I believe we can't start the game like that.
I mean, this is bad. We do.
It is. If weakness card is drawn at any point during the setup, set it aside instead of adding it to your hand. See, draw additional card and then shuffle the weakness back into your deck.
Can I read my weaknesses?
Don't read them yet.
I see a girl with red hair, and I'm mildly concerned.
Yeah, so we both drew 2 of them. So we start with a basic and then our character weakness.
Yeah.
So try to disperse them as evenly as possible and then reshuffle.
I put one in the back and in the front, and now I'm shuffling.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do this front and back shuffle. But
I'm glad it told us that we didn't have to start out that way, because it might have been bad.
Yeah, or I could have looked through the book for 20 minutes. I mean, it is a Fantasy Flight book.
Oh, you hate on Fantasy Flight. They're never going to let us demo a game.
It's not, I don't hate on their games. I absolutely love their games. No, the games are great.
The rule book,
their rule books are just all over the place. And you have 3 different ones to go through. It's just like...
Why can't you just do one simple book?
It probably would take up all of the box to do that. Yeah. Okay, so I get to draw 2 more. Please don't let it be more weaknesses. I shuffled really well.
Oh, okay.
Okay. No, we are good. Oh, we are good, yeah. Okay.
Did we start with anything?
No.
No?
Actually we do. Actually we do. There are supplies, resources. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, I believe... I'm glad you said something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I felt like we started with something last time.
Each investigator takes 5 resources from the token pool. Alright. So these are used to play your cards. So there's
a number at the top.
There's a number at the top left. Okay. If it says 0, it's usually an event, or if it's something that's not going to help you very much, but it's going to do something. That number on the top left is what you have to pay in supplies to play that card. We each start with 5. There is an action that you can take to gain a supply, and there's a train.
Yeah, it's not time for the train.
It was nice hanging out with you too, but gotta go continue to pack up for the move. Keep in touch.
Yeah,
no
absolutely.
problem. Thanks for coming in here. If you would like to follow, you can go ahead.
We're here.
It's totally up
4
to you.
days a week.
We're here all week long.
Yeah.
We're
looking forward
to playing your game with you live on here. Can't wait. What am I doing? Okay.
We're starting with things.
Yeah, we're starting. So we have the supplies. Like I said, there is a number on the top left.
Yep.
So playing a card is an action.
How many actions do we
have? Each investigator takes up to 3 actions. There are cards that allow you more actions.
Okay.
There are cards that have the keyword fast. Fast is a card that you can play that does not cost an action.
Okay.
Okay. There's a whole bunch of other sort of icons and stuff that we'll have to look through as we play them.
What about a little arrow?
A little arrow.
To the right.
Is it like a circle or?
Nope.
No, that's an action then.
Okay. Thank you.
Next one, follow. Dang, that train is loud. It is.
It is, and it's all the way in town. It's just like being in Virginia. We could hear the train all
Yeah.
the way in town.
All right, so I got some pretty good cards at the start of the game, so I am happy.
Okay.
All right, so we've read all that. Was there anything else I need to read? Because I read everything that I had in the book.
You did things.
No? Okay, so we're in the study. You've been investigating the strange events occurring in Arkham for several days now. Your desk is covered in newspaper articles, police reports, and witness accounts. So every time we move into a room, which is right now because we are in this room, we flip the card over and read what happens. So as you can see, there is a mess there. There's quite a mess.
Looks like children were there.
And then when you flip it over,
Still a mess.
it's still a mess, but the door to your study has vanished. Alright, so
Well, I mean, it said that we were trapped.
so on the left here in the darker circle is the shroud value. Any test that we take to look around the room for clues, that's going to be what we test against.
Okay.
Alright. The number on the right is how many clues that are in the room per investigator. So it says 2 per, so there's 4.
And that's how many we need to
That's
find
how
the
many
door.
we need, yes.
Okay.
So go ahead and put 4 of the clues here.
The
Those
green
are the
ones?
green. They're double-sided.
I figured that out.
So now we have to choose a lead investigator. This is the investigator that's going to start. Now, I don't know if the lead investigator changes after every turn. I don't believe it does. Come on, book. Choose one of the investigators to be the lead investigator for this game.
Okay, for the game.
So it's for the whole game. So who do you want it to be? Do you want it to be Roland, or do you want it to be the Drifter?
I'm a unicorn.
You're a unicorn.
No,
Okay.
it's an urchin.
You're an urchin. Okay, so it'll be me. So we're gonna start with me on every round, and every time we draw a card from here, it's gonna start with me.
Okay.
And anytime anything says lead investigator, it's gonna be me.
Directed at you.
Yes.
Okay.
So don't let me die.
Well,
A few other things. You can use these cards in a bunch of different ways. If you pay for them to use them, using the top left, then most of the time it's something you place down in front of you. Okay, it's gonna help you out in some way.
Okay.
Before we pull from the chaos bag for a test, one of us or the active player can use one of these cards for the icon that is on the left. So let me find one. All right, so as you can see right here, there are 2 icons on the left side. You can use this card to add +1 to those icons for a test.
Okay.
So if I'm testing for strength, I use this card. It'll give me +1 for strength and agility. But if I'm only using it for strength, this is a wasted card.
Yeah.
All right, only 1 can be played during the turn.
Okay.
So if you're going for a test and you don't have a card that can help you, and I do, I can assist you. I can help you by putting in a card, committing a card. All right, once you do that, the card goes away, it goes into your discard pile. You're probably never going to use it again because shuffling the deck rarely happens.
Okay.
But just make sure that if you put a card in that you don't want to use it.
Okay.
All right, because there's none of the cards that I've seen so far allow you to reshuffle. The only time you reshuffle, I believe, Actually, I don't think you do reshuffle.
Is this one of when your deck runs out, you die thing?
It may be. I didn't even have that,
That problem. So
yeah.
to pay for the things, the little circle in the top left corner, we use the resources?
Yes.
Okay.
Come on. Where's the end game stuff?
Probably in the end.
You would think so. Which is funny, the starter decks are at the very end of the
Oh, I remember that about this game. That's why I refused to play it again. Like, why would that not be the first page? Front cover.
So winning and losing is on page 7. Why is that on page 7? See what I mean?
Okay, can I be the lead investigator now? Because I want to play.
No.
Losing.
I don't know what happens. I don't think any of the cards ever get shuffled, to be honest.
Okay.
But when we get to that, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
But there's a whole bunch of cards. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to investigate.
Okay.
Now, to investigate, you're going to use your intellect, which is the book.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the purple icon. So for me, it's at a 3. The shroud is at a 2. So as it is right now, I will pass this test right now, the skill test.
Okay.
However, before we finalize the skill test, we have to pull 1 token from the back.
Why?
Because that's how you play the game.
Okay.
Anytime
is
you do
it the difference? Or you're just
what do you
drawing
mean?
one? Because you said yours is 3 and that's 2. And you said we're pulling 1. I asked, was it the difference?
No, you just pull 1.
Okay.
All the time, no matter what. You
It's
only
not like
pull 1.
horribleness. But why? Exactly. I'm asking questions. Am I
like-
not supposed to do that?
No, because when you ask questions, it's different.
But why? Why is your hand up facing?
I don't know. I mean, it's a co-op game. We can see what we're doing.
Okay. You gonna draw now?
I don't know. I have to see if I want to commit a card to bump up my skill a little bit.
But you said we're already gonna succeed, right? Or you're gonna succeed?
Yes, but do you remember the tokens that I put in?
Yeah. There's like some negative 2s.
There's some negative 2s, negative 1s.
Ahead.
That's gonna modify
What's cult?
your skill. All the other tokens are right there. You can read them yourself. So a skull token is going to be minus X, where X is the number of ghoul enemies in your location.
So currently 0?
Yeah.
Okay.
The cultist is minus 1.
If you fail, take a 4.
Yes.
Okay.
And the the little tablet thing? Minus 2. If there is a ghoul enemy at your location, you take 1 damage.
Timberlake says, what location am I in? We're in the study.
We're in the study with the doors locked.
No, there is no door.
Yeah, I'm already in horror by being in this room with you.
By playing this game with me. He did fine last week. We're going to lose today.
Alright. So instead of doing the investigate at first, here's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
This is probably a dumb move, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to spend 2 supply resources to play my flashlight. Now it has 3 uses, so give me 3 of the supply. Now I can use this up to 3 times.
Okay.
It's basically a flashlight. Alright, so that was my first action, was to pay the card and play it.
I was how many Misties are in my location? 0. You're safe for now.
All of them.
All of them.
Okay. So that's one action. Second action, I'm going to investigate. However, I'm going to... Actually, my second action will be to spend one of these to investigate. The shroud is at -2, so it's at 0. This is probably better used on a harder room to do, but my shroud is super low and this bag sucks. But I'm going to use it. We have multiples of these in the deck. I think you can have up to 2.
Okay.
So I'm going to use 1. The shroud is at 0. I'm at 3. Let's go ahead and pull from the bag.
The shroud is at 0?
Yes, for me.
Okay.
Because that's what the flashlight does. You spend 1 supply, which I did. You investigate your location, gets -2 shroud for the investigation.
Okay, this is the time to pull a -2.
Even if I do pull a -2, it goes back in the bag.
Oh.
The one thing
Not
you
one of
don't
these games.
want is to pull the little tentacle token.
No tentacles.
Okay, so this
It's a -2.
is a -2.
If there's a bull enemy at your location, you take a damage.
Which there is not. I still pass, so I am very happy I did that.
So why does it go back in the bag?
Because it does. It always gets filled back up. You always have a chance to pull the same token as you did.
Well, that's kind of ridiculous. Why would you just not leave it out, and then when the bag is empty, you put them back in?
Because you
Like the
don't.
other
This is not that game. This is not Arkham Horror,
It
the
is!
board game. This is the
It's
card game.
Arkham Horror. I can read the box.
This is gonna be a long game.
It is. Tower says, and then you jump out and yell, supplies!
Okay, so I gain a clue because I have passed the test. Now, when we get to 4, we can collectively spend them onto our card here to progress the story. No matter whose turn it is. Preferably on our turn, not during the Mythos Phase or anything like that.
Okay.
Alright, so
Do we have to make an action to, like, put that on the card?
No.
Okay. Just when we have 4 in general for this situation.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and take my last action.
Yep.
To investigate again, but this time I'm just going to go straight, like, cold turkey. I'm not going to use anything.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens. So like I said, I'm at 3. The shroud is still at 2. Because this is only happens when I use it.
Yeah.
-2. So I have failed that one. So I don't get a clue token.
Okay.
So those are my 3 actions. You flip your investigator card over.
Now he's taking a nap.
Now he's taking a nap.
That would not be random. What wouldn't be random? If I yelled supplies? Alright.
Right. Let me do something. This table seems super dark now.
It does. Okay, I can draw a card, gain a resource, play an event or an asset, activate, move to a collecting connecting location, investigate, fighter, enrage, or engage. I don't want to enrage it, no. Attempt to evade.
Enrage!
Alright. So I'm gonna do a thing. 1, 2. I'm gonna do this.
Enrage.
How much space am I gonna need for like cards and things?
It depends on how many you play.
Okay. Alright, so I did the amulet thing.
You have the amulet already?
Yeah.
Nice.
You may play the topmost event in your discard pile as if it were in your hand. Forced is gonna be like an action or something, right?
Forced happens.
Now?
Let me see. What does it say?
It says after you play an event, place it on the bottom of your deck instead of in your discard.
Yeah. So you get to eventually play it again, maybe. But that's when it triggers. I'm
Okay.
guessing that's when you play an event.
Okay. So I shouldn't play an event?
You can if you play it. It happens and then it goes to your discard pile. But for you, it doesn't. It goes to the bottom of your deck.
Okay.
So that was your one action that you just did?
Yeah, I'm gonna do another one.
Okay.
This one doesn't cost me anything, but it's an event.
Okay.
I gain 3 resources.
3 resources. Okay. Now there's no limit to how many resources you can have.
So now, since it's an event, it goes on the bottom of my...
Yes, because you are Wendy and you're a hoarder.
I like that.
It goes to the bottom of your deck.
That's where I just put it.
Yeah. Normal people have to discard it to their discard pile.
Not this Hobbit girl, because that's 2. Alright, I'm going to investigate.
Okay, so what is your shroud?
3.
Your intellect or intelligence is at 3.
Yep.
I'll just call it lore or something. I don't know.
My knowledge?
Yeah.
Because that's what I would take it as.
So you're at 3. The shroud is at 2.
What do these 2 symbols mean?
They don't mean. Those are wild symbols. That can be anything.
Okay.
Those don't mean anything when you play the card for the text on the bottom.
Alright, I'm gonna investigate, so I have to pull.
Yeah, but you can commit a card to help with your skill test if you want.
And I have to pay for it, I assume?
No.
Or I don't have to pay for that.
No,
Okay.
you're basically discarding a card for the +1 that's on the side for the icon. So right now you want, if you're going to commit a card, you want one with the book symbol, since that's what we're testing for.
I'll go ahead and do that.
I would not.
Okay, I'm not going to do that. Let me pull a token.
I mean, look, if you want to use a flashlight, fine.
No, that's fine.
But the flashlight is super good when it later on.
That's fine. I'll pull.
Okay, you're just going to pull blind?
Yep.
Shake it a little bit and then pull one. Why do you think I played this so quick?
You don't know. I got a +1.
You got a +1. Okay, so you see, you're good. So you get a... Alright, so between us we have 2. So that is the end of the Investigator Phase. So Mythos Phase always happens first during a round, but for our first round we just skip it completely.
Yeah.
Because it'd just be crazy if we didn't. Enemy phase, there are no enemies, so we can skip that.
Yeah.
Upkeep, we reset actions, so we flip our cards. Go ahead and flip yours.
We don't start at the top? Where it says, like, please doom and stuff?
No, we're in upkeep right now.
Okay.
We went to the investigator. We skipped the enemy phase because there's no enemies.
Okay.
Now we're up to upkeep.
Reset, ready all exhausted cards.
We don't have any. Each investigator draws 1 card from your deck and gain a resource.
Each investigator checks hand size, discard down to 8. So.
Yep. So I am definitely not. Can I get a resource? Okay, cool. Alright, so that's it for that phase. So now we start round 2.
Yeah.
This is where the Mythos phase comes in. So we place 1 doom on the agenda. So that's the red side. So as you see, this number right here,
2 or 3.
If that reaches the threshold, then we flip the card over and read what happens.
Okay.
So bad stuff.
Advance agenda. If doom threshold is satisfied, each investigator draws 1 card from the top of the encounter deck.
Okay. So I'm gonna draw first.
So you do it first.
Oh, there's an enemy already.
No.
Ghoul minion.
Looks like Kennedy.
It was a colossal and nameless blasphemy with glaring red eyes, and it held in bony claws a thing that had been a man, gnawing at the head as a child nibbles at a stick of candy.
Oh, it's like candy. Look at his pointy ears.
That's that's one of the quotes from H.P. Lovecraft. That's that. So as you can see on the top left is the skill test for the strength. So you need a 2 or more to pass. For the right is the evasion. You need a 2 or more. And the middle number is its health. Every attack you do is going to be just 1 damage. Unless there's a card that you have that does additional.
Okay.
Now you see at the bottom, in between the enemy name, there are 2 icons. Every time this enemy attacks you, that's the damage it's going to do. Do you see? Yeah. It's going to do 1 health and 1 horror. So that is in phase 2. So I have pulled this card, so it is attached to me. So I have to deal with this.
So I can't hit it?
You can, but then it's going to be engaged with you.
Okay.
So let me try to...
I'm going to enrage it?
Yeah, you will. So go ahead and pull your card.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
No. Obscuring fog. Treachery. Hazard.
Alright, so this is an event type thing.
Yeah.
So that's what that looks like.
We're going for ice cream.
We're going for ice cream.
Fog.
Hazard.
It's great.
Attached to your location. Limit 1 per location. Attached location gets +2 shroud. So now the shroud is at 4. Yes.
That's not good.
After attached location is successfully investigated, we get to discard this.
Okay, well,
so it's gonna stay here until someone successfully discards it.
Yeah.
Which is why I kept the flashlight.
Okay.
So that sucks. But we'll keep that there just to remind us. Should have just used. It's a Stegosaurus.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So that was not bad for you.
No problem. A Stegosaurus and the fog.
Mm-hmm. Right. So now we go to the investigation phase. So I.
Again. Thanks for the follow.
Doesn't belong here. That's a great name. Yeah, thank you for the follow.
The Stegosaurus does not belong here in Arkham.
No, definitely not. It's a skeletal.
Neither does this mat of Middle Earth in Arkham.
No, it doesn't.
It's perfect.
We need an Arkham mat.
We do. That would be cool.
That would be great. I'm gonna look that up later.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna fight.
That like right now.
I'm gonna fight.
Right.
So as you see,
I have a question about fighting.
What?
Do you have to fight because it's attached to you? You can't do anything else until it's gone, sort of thing?
Sort of.
Okay.
Like I said, here are the 3 things you can do. You can fight, evade, or activate a parlay or resign ability, which is not anything you have to worry about until later.
You can ask the monster nicely?
Yes.
And be like, hey, you want to not fight me?
Yes.
Okay.
But those are all keywords you can use. If you try to do an action that is not part of that, then the creature gets an opportunity of attack. Okay. So they will attack you outside of the enemy phase.
Okay.
So that would not be good. But I am going to attack. I need to beat a 2. My strength is at 4. Okay.
But you'll only hit it for 1?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Which sucks because I have weapons in my hand.
Yeah.
That I cannot play. If I play a card, it's going to attack me. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and attack for my first action. Okay. Here we go. Please. I need to take this thing out. It's ugly. It's gross looking.
It isn't. It looks nice.
No.
It's got claws.
Its teeth are like sideways.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
got a 0. Which means I'm still at a 4. So it takes 1 damage. So give me a hearty heart. Boom. 1 damage. Let's go ahead and attack again because I feel like I can do this. I have 3 actions to do this.
Are there cards in our decks that allow us to do more actions?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there are cards that will allow you an extra action. There are allies that can help by taking damage or fighting as well.
Okay.
Alright, here we go. Wow.
Really? That didn't seem random at all.
It totally is. I can't see through this bag.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, we know that there's a 0.
There's a couple of them in there, so.
It's the same one.
Alright, so. No, it's not. Do I have to put my initials on it?
Yes.
Alright, so this thing is dead. I took it out. So let's put it in the discard here. It is gone. So that only took 2 actions.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to get rid of this obscuring fog.
Okay.
We need to get rid of it. So what I'm gonna do is, for my last action, I'm gonna use the flashlight to investigate. So the shroud is at 2 now.
Okay.
Do you happen to have a card that may help? Because if I don't have a card that can help.
I mean, I do, but you yelled at me last time I tried to use it.
Alright, so that's fine. We'll just go ahead and do it. Oh, wait. After I defeat an enemy, discover 1 clue at the location. See? Remember that?
When you reveal a chaos token. What's a chaos token? Just any of them?
Any of them.
Oh, I can choose to discard a card
Yeah.
from my hand.
Oh, okay, cool. So if I can complete this, not only will I get rid of the card, but we'll progress the story a little bit here.
Okay, so that's interesting. So when I reveal one of the tokens, I can choose a card from my hand and discard it, but then I get to redraw.
Yeah.
So if it's bad, I'm about to die. I can
You get a second chance, but it's only once per round, I believe, right?
Limit once per test ability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So the shroud is at 2 again.
Okay.
I am at 3. We have no cards that we can use.
Again.
I have to. Either that or the -1 will do.
The +1.
Or any of the plus ones, yes. But
Or the tentacles.
no.
The tentacles.
No, the tentacles
Tentacles are good.
is automatic failure.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
That would be bad.
Yeah, the Elder Sign,
Okay, we'll do
though,
that one.
is something I can pull and be okay with.
Okay.
Hey, there we go.
That one?
Yeah.
That sign?
+1 for each clue on your location. So, I mean, yeah, success. So we did it.
I want an Elder Sign tattoo.
I've been thinking about one also.
Yeah.
Forced after attached location is successfully investigated, discard obscuring fog. So this goes away. All right, so that is all for me. Do we want to collectively put our tokens onto the act map card?
Yeah, because I mean, I really can't do anything.
You want to do that? All right, so we will discard the tokens. No, we don't have to.
Do we discard that red one though?
No, that's not the same one.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
We're talking about these.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what happens.
Good stuff.
The door on the floor.
Door is open.
You notice that the edges of your newly purchased rug are tattered and mud-stained. Finding this odd, you shift the furniture aside and pull back the rug. To your surprise, you see the door leading out of your study. You slowly turn the knob, and the door swings open, revealing your hallway below. You jump through the doorway, landing on your feet on the soft dirt. The door to the study slams shut above you. The smell of burning wood fills the narrow hall, intermingled with the scent of rot and decay. Put into play the set-aside hallway, cellar, attic, and parlor, which is all of them.
What do you mean put into play? Do they need to be in a certain order?
No, they just need to be put out here. Preferably not where the light is.
No, I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, right down there is fine. Yeah, once I can get the light box for this, hopefully we won't have this issue with the lights.
We should look at Miniature Market after we get offline and get a map first. Oh, was I supposed to flip them?
No, we're fine.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it that way. It'll be a lot easier. Okay, so we have the hallway, which is where we are currently going to be. So let's put that in the middle. The attic we can put up here since that's technically the attic. It's usually in the ceiling. The hallway is where we're probably going to go. And this is all fine.
Why did you get to put the attic up there and I couldn't put the cellar in the
I
bottom?
don't know. I wanted to be thematic. And
that's why I put the cellar in the bottom. Do you know what a cellar is? It's a basement.
Discard each enemy in the study. We don't have any. Place each investigator in the hallway.
No. I have no choice but to go.
Yeah. So, boom.
Was it okay to
remove the study from the game? So the study is gone. Let's put the attic up here. It's fine. Okay, so Act 1 is done. Act 2A. A glowing barrier blocks the path to your parlor, which is here. So there's a barrier there. As you move toward it, intense heat forces you to back away. Picking up a handful of dirt, you toss it at the barrier and watch in horror as the dirt incinerates. Perhaps there's something in the cellar or attic that can help. Objective: when the round ends, investigators in the hallway may, as a group, spend the requisite number of clues to advance. Okay, so we need to be in the hallway.
Yeah, we need clues
to advance, and we need 3 per investigator, so that's 6 to continue.
Okay.
All right,
but we
now,
have to be in the hallway.
Yes, we have to be in the hallway. And
both of us or one of us? Because it says investigators.
I'm gonna say both, since we're gonna be together and we're gonna have clues together, so we're gonna have to both be there.
Round ends, investigators in the hallway may, as a group, spend their.
Yeah.
Okay.
A moment of panic and disorientation strikes as you land upon the floor of the hallway. The world spirals as if turned on its head. So we're here. So that's what that looks like. Hallway of terror. And now, since we're here, we get to turn it over. The walls of your house are splattered with mud, and your hardwood floor is gone, replaced with a dirt path.
That's terrible. We just got this house.
We just got it. So the shroud is at 1. There are 0 clues here. So there are no clues to find here. But this is where we're at. I have no more actions. As you can see on the bottom here, these are connecting rooms. So any room that's connected here, we can travel to through the hallway. So the cellar here has that symbol. The bottom of the hallway does also. Now, as you can see here, the only room connected to this room is the hallway. See that? So you can't move.
I can't go from the parlor to the hallway.
Yeah, so what you have to do is move over to the cellar. If you want to leave, you have to go back into the hallway and then to another room. So it's thematic to where you're leaving rooms. Yes. Each movement costs an action.
Yeah.
There's the issue. Okay? So it is your move. We cannot go to the parlor. There is a terrible force field of some type there. We cannot enter. The entrance to the parlor is blocked by a darkly glowing, unfathomable barrier. The cellar...
So to go to the attic, I can go...
Yes, from the hallway, we can reach all of these rooms.
Okay, because... Never mind.
So, the cellar down there, the stairs leading down to your cellar are slick, and they glisten with a thin layer of ice.
That... I was looking at this card, but with the glare, it wasn't the same color, so I didn't know if it was the same one. I think I'm starting to believe I have issues with colors.
Yeah, I don't know. People do. Smell of rotten meat assaults your nostrils as you approach the attic stairs.
I feel like I want to go there.
Want to go to the attic?
Yeah. Sounds dangerous.
Okay, so that's one action to move.
Yep.
So as soon as you enter the attic...
Death.
Forced. After you enter the attic, take 1 horror.
Really?
The bloody carcass of a malformed beast swings from a meat hook chained to the ceiling. Blood drains slowly from the carcass, dripping into a small barrel. That's what that looks like. I gotta say, the art in this game is fantastic. Alright, so...
It's not the rulebook.
Just not the rulebook. Alright, so the veil is 1.
Yeah.
There are 4 clues in this room.
Okay. I'm gonna chill here.
Alright, so you want to grab the clues. There's 4 of the green ones. Now the veil is 1, so it's not difficult.
Right? 4.
Yep.
I'm going to,
You have 2 more actions?
yeah.
So are you having fun playing this so far?
We'll see.
Your anxiety acting up?
Well, I mean, I woke up with anxiety today. It wasn't great. Alright, I'm gonna play card.
You should have watched my solo play. Whoa. That's an expensive card.
Yeah, well, he's an ally. Or they're an ally.
Oh.
Leo DeLuca.
Leo DeLuca.
You may take an additional action during my turn. So I
Nice.
Can
You got 2 more then.
Yeah. Is that every time since I have that person?
Yes, as long as
and then this is their health and their sanity, which
so,
I can put off on them.
Yeah, anytime you take damage, you can.
But like, I can't do it now because
no.
I got that before.
Yeah, whenever you take damage, you can place the damage onto your ally.
So I'm always gonna have 4 actions instead of 3.
Yeah, as long as he's still alive.
Alright, I want to investigate now.
Now, is there any flavor text on that card?
I was born in Mississippi. Louisiana just sounded better.
Okay.
He's a Louisiana lion.
So he's a liar.
Lion.
You're a liar.
Lion.
He was born in Mississippi, not Louisiana.
Lion.
All right.
Oh no, it's like lion and lion. They're the same word.
I thought you said lime, to be honest with you.
All right, I'm gonna investigate.
Investigate.
Yeah.
Okay. So your intellect is at 3. The
Does
veil.
this count with me?
No.
No, because I played it as the card and not the thing. Okay.
Only when you commit a card for a skill test can you use those on the side.
All right. Seems like since he's with me, that should help me, but it's okay. All right,
no.
I'm gonna pull one. I'm not gonna do any card things.
All right. Well, you've got as long as you
chance?
Yeah, as long as you don't pull the tentacle token, you should be able to pass.
Well, even if I do, I could discard a card and like draw it.
Yeah. But you're at 3. The veil is at 1. Plus 1. Hey, wow. Okay. Never mind.
So that's 1, and then I'm gonna do it again. So, oops, no, I don't want that.
No doom.
That's that color.
All right, so you're gonna investigate again.
Yeah.
So this is your last action?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I moved, I played a card, which gave me an extra action.
Yeah, and then you had 2 more, and you investigated, and then there you go. You got a 0.
I don't know if I held my hand out far enough.
It was a
last
0.
time. No, I meant the last time.
Look at you with the clues. So I can pretty much leave you up there.
Missed the clues.
And you'll be okay. Getting clues.
Except that I gotta make it back to the hallway if I get 4.
Yeah, you do. Alright, so that's the end of your turn. Enemy phase, there are no enemies. Upkeep, reset actions. So we're going to reset our player cards. Ready all exhausted cards. We do not have any. Each investigator draws 1 card and gains a resource. Oh. Nice. Okay. I'll take a resource.
I have a question about my card.
What?
It says for the Elder Sign effect, it says +0. So when I pull that, it's +0?
Yeah. It doesn't give you any pluses to your...
And it says if Wendy's amulet is in play, you automatically succeed instead.
Hey, Duchess.
Hi, Duchess.
Lurk away. Listen to the soothing sounds of us in horror.
I'm just confused by that because I thought when you pulled...
What does it say?
It says the Elder Sign effect is +0.
Okay.
And if Wendy's amulet is in play, you automatically succeed instead.
Yeah.
Okay.
So...
But I thought when you pulled it, it was also
no.
automatic success.
No. I get +1 for each clue on the location.
Oh, because your thing is different?
Yeah, we each have different...
Okay. I thought you automatically succeeded in that.
Yeah,
She settled into 75 meeples. I went and visited her stream today. She said she missed us.
I missed her too.
Yeah.
I remember the old days when we were pretty much just hanging around.
She posted a lot of pictures of Gen Con and her Discord.
Yeah. Can't wait to go.
Yeah.
The world doesn't end.
I mean, it's going to.
Mm-hmm. Mythos Phase, are we ready for that?
Yep. World ending.
Here we go.
Monster.
Man!
Called it.
Icy Ghoul, are you kidding me?
I mean, that one should be in the cellar. That's where the ice is.
Well, its spawn is in the cellar.
Oh, we'll see. I know things.
Oh, that's so gross.
Yeah, that's where you're gonna go.
Inside the tunnel, yeah. Inside the tunnels beneath the house, a massive beast tears its way out of the ice.
That one looks more like Kennedy now.
It is covered in a thick layer of frost, its breath visible in the bitter cold.
Look at those claws. And the pointy ears.
Yeah. So, if you can see that victory one there, if you can defeat this enemy, you get a skill point. Oh, that is a big fly. What is that?
Oh, that's my coffee. I don't like bugs right now because we watched...
How the heck did it get in here?
I don't know, but now all I can think of is Candyman with the bee. This is why I can't watch horror movies.
Candyman.
Don't say it again. Stop.
What, Candyman?
No, don't do that.
Okay. There's no mirror here. What?
There might be. What if
There's no mirror here.
What if it counts as the reflection in the computer screen?
Oh, God. No. All right, so that happy event happened.
Oh, I get to do stuff now.
Yes, you do.
Oh, treachery, grasping hands,
Uh-oh.
hazard. Phantom Evil. Someone said, "Don't you say it, Phantom." We watched the new one on Sunday. It was really good. I liked it.
I wasn't too crazy about it, but I liked that they use. I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Time roller. Stop it. Hi, Legends. It's a hazard.
All right, so
Revelation test.
Test for your agility.
Oh boy. For each point you fail, take 1 damage.
Mm-hmm.
When do I do this?
Right now.
Now?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So you have the opportunity of helping. I can help you. I can commit a card to help you with 2 dexterity. I mean, 2 agility.
I mean, my agility is 4.
But you need 3.
Yeah.
Decaying hands rise up from below and grasp and claw at your ankles. Ew.
Time Lord had to see Legend streaming on the beach this morning. Excuse me? When does Legend stream? When did this happen? Well, I mean, this morning, but what? We gotta go follow Legends.
Yeah, Legends, you throw your link down.
I mean, do we just click his name?
Yeah, I can just click your name.
Well, I need to
it's
do
good.
that. I gotta get into the room real fast.
Alright. So, are you gonna test for this?
Yes! I just need to test for Legends.
Okay, so I can help you with a +2 for your agility. But if you think that you can...
I think...
Because... If you successfully...
I would like help.
Okay.
He had 2 brief streams today just showing the beach. It was pretty cool.
Nice. There's a link, guys.
Follow. Oh, look at
that. Beach. Well, I miss the beach. I don't miss swimming. I mean, I don't swim.
Don't?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna commit my manual dexterity. So that's gonna give you +2 for agility.
Okay.
Thanks for the shout.
Shout it out.
So if this test is successful, you get to draw a card.
Okay.
So there you go. So what is your agility now? You're at a
+2.
+2. So you're at a 6. So as long as you don't draw the tentacles,
then I'm gonna discard a card and redraw.
Yes. Careful though. I mean, you're gonna run out of cards to use. -2, you still pass.
Yeah.
You still pass. So awesome. So nothing happens.
I draw a card? Is that what you said?
Yeah, because of my card that I used to help you.
What happens when I draw a weakness?
you do what it says.
To my threat area? Where's that at?
That is in front of you.
Okay.
Preferably down here, probably. So what does that do?
I have hypochondria.
Let me see that.
Add hypochondria to your threat area. That's the revelation. Forced. After you take 1 or more damage, take 1 direct horror. And if I see, this is the symbol thing. I don't understand. Activate an ability card. It says 2 of the little arrows I can discard it.
Yeah,
so
you have to
use 2 actions.
spend.
I can discard it?
Yeah, spend 2 of your actions to discard that card.
Okay.
Okay, so that wasn't so great. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's okay. So this goes away.
Yeah, that goes away. You've successfully done that.
I mean, sort of.
Sort of. You didn't take any damage, which is good.
Oh, somebody's hungry. I want to put those emojis in my chat during stream. The tentacles? Oh, Time Roller, why would you do that?
Tentacles.
Tentacles.
Yes. So that's it for that. Well, actually,
yes.
We were supposed to put a doom on the thing up there.
Okay, why don't we do that?
Yeah. All right.
Is there a way to remove those?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
There's a way to add more. There's no way to remove them.
I mean, that's good.
All right, so
hey, baby. You're awake. You get a treat from Time Roller. Come here. Time Roller gave you treats while you were napping. Up, up. 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 This is the time that it's okay to up. Come on. Good job. Good job. Good. Say thank you, Time Roller. No, that's Dad. That's not Time Roller. They don't even look the same. I know they don't. Alright, you go back to naps. No,
Okay,
I said to naps, not to licks.
Go take a naps. Ugh.
Come on, no more licking dad. Hey.
That's what's gonna happen as soon as I walk into that room for the icy ghoul.
You're an icy ghoul.
Alright, so let's start.
Alright.
Now remember, during your turn, you can take an action to gain a resource.
Mm-hmm. Or draw a card.
Or draw a card.
That's my good boy. Use good. You go do the goods.
I feel like I need, since this guy's icy ghoul is there.
What are you getting an entry for, Draylon? I haven't set up another giveaway yet. Stop that. Puppy Thulu. Hey, over here. Good boy. Go 6.
Okay. I'm gonna do it. For my first. Oh.
Hey, baby.
I have to constantly check in my coffee cup because the other day a small tiny little gnat just took a dunk in my coffee and I was just like, oh, okay, I can't drink that anymore.
Draylon started something. Everybody, stop it, both of you. Tyler was like, I want an entry now. If Draylon gets to do it, I want to do it.
Right,
I'm not gonna remember. And the next giveaway. Come here. I'm gonna sit on you if you don't stop. Can we sit on you? Because you're gonna die. Sit. You
Alright,
sit.
so I'm gonna play a card for my first action.
Here.
My Roland 38 special. That costs 3 resources.
You sit.
If you keep giving him treats, he's gonna just keep gaining weight.
Phantom, don't you dare. No, you gotta sit. You gotta sit. Don't call me. That is not what I asked. No, not the cute. Stop. You don't listen to nobody. Here, take that. Now go sit down. I gotta finish this game. I like this.
Okay, I'm spending 3. My Roland 38 special.
Ooh.
It's got, I don't know why I gave you back.
You want them back?
Yeah, give me 4.
Ooh,
It has 4 uses.
Ooh. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I can use this. I can spend an ammo to fight.
Let's go get water. Go on.
So we'll see what happens. Guys, I don't know what. I should just turn that off. See, this is why I can't keep my channel point stuff on. Because you guys are so irresponsible with it. Super irresponsible. Alright, so I guess for my second action, I'm going to move into the cellar with this icy ghoul thing. So let's move.
You got a weapon first and then you went to
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that makes sense.
So I moved in for my second action. I have 1 left. So let's see what happens. Forced. After you enter the cellar, take 1 damage. Why?
Why? Same reason they're like, give me my entry. Because they're bots.
Your cellar seems to have been replaced with an underground network of icy tunnels and caverns. The cold chills you to the core.
It's frozen.
Oh man, the veil is at 4 here. So we need 4 clue tokens here.
Oh my god, no.
And this icy ghoul gets attached to me.
Let me go.
Alright, so every enemy he's got 4 health, by the way. Every time he attacks, it's gonna deal 2 damage and 1 har. So not good.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't go there.
No.
I went to the attic with the monster.
So I still have 1 action left.
Okay.
I could possibly do some damage here. Yeah. So I'm going to use a bullet to fight. So I'm going to get +1 for this attack.
Okay.
If there are one or more clues on your location, you get +3 instead. So there are. So my attack value right now is at 7.
That's good.
That's good, yeah. This attack deals +1 damage, so this is going to do 2 damage if I can succeed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, so this is one of the cards that allow you to do an extra damage.
Okay.
So the base damage is always 1.
It's always 1.
Yeah, it's always 1. So I've got 7. As long as I don't pull that one token that I shall not name. As long as I don't pull that one token, I should still be able to do just fine. Now you see why I said that flashlight comes in handy here. Okay, -2. It still is fine. I still pass. 7 -2 is above 4.
Okay.
So not only will that do 1 damage, but it'll do 2. So hand me 2 of the little heartsies over there. Okay, so it's down to 2 health. However, that is the end of my actions. Alright.
Alright.
So this thing is going to hit me
Yeah.
during the enemy phase.
Alright, well, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. First, I am going to get a knife. Because what's more dangerous than a child with a knife? I can fight and I'll get +1 strength for the attack. Or I can discard it and fight and I'll get +2 for the attack. And this attack deals +1 damage.
Yeah, so this is going to also do...
But that's only if I discard it. The discard part.
Yeah.
But I'll always get the +1. Okay. And I'm just going to investigate.
Investigate.
Yeah.
Alright, so the veil is at 1.
Yeah, I'm
if you remember.
Yeah.
You're just going to draw the back?
It'll be fine.
We're doing good. We're doing good.
I'm
I'm
that confident.
I'm hurting.
Good boy. Okay. I pulled the elder.
The elder sign?
Yeah.
Automatic pass.
Yep.
Alright,
Go
so you
baby.
get another clue. Remember, we need 6
Well,
to...
there's only 4 in my location.
I know. The other ones are at my location.
I'm not coming there. There's a monster. Get that first.
No, you can come over here. As long as you don't attack it.
No, I gotta move too much. Alright, how many things have I done? I did 1 and 2. So I have 2 more because of
yes.
Luca. Alright. So here we go. What's that one? -2. If there's a cool enemy at your location, I take a damage.
So you still passed.
Did I?
Yeah, because yours is at
yeah.
3. The
Yeah,
veil is at
so
1.
it's not bad. So I get
Alright, so you have what, 1 more action to take?
yeah, I do. I kind of want to get to the hallway.
Yeah, because there's nothing left
There's
up
nothing
there.
left, yeah.
So go ahead and move to the hallway and end your turn there.
I'm done.
So you is done. Okay, I was looking to see if I had anything I can use to heal, but I don't have any healing. Oh, actually I do.
When do you get to use that? Like just on your turn?
I have to play it as a card.
Okay.
It's an item. Alright, so the horrible stuff happens now.
The bad stuff. Start at the top.
No.
Oh no, we gotta do the
enemy phase.
You get hurt.
So there are enemies that are classified as hunters, and they will move. But we don't have any out here now.
No hunters.
No, but
Just the dog.
we do have an engaged enemy with me, so it's gonna do the 2 damage and 1 horror to me.
So do you want a 3 just to be brave?
Yes. So just give me a 3 and a 1. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, I am taking some damage here.
Yeah.
Upkeep, reset actions. So we're gonna reset our.
I'm like, hey, what you doing
now,
in there?
whenever these attack, they move sideways to exhaust, which doesn't really.
So if I go in there this time, it's not gonna hurt me.
No, it's gonna turn back around because ready all exhausted cards.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay.
That's just to signify that it's attacked.
Yeah.
So that way you don't do it twice. Each investigator draws a card and gains a resource. Oh, hey, oh. Yeah. Alright, I've got a first aid. This is going to help me heal.
Huh. This is an interesting card.
What is it?
Commit only to a skill test you are performing. If you succeed by 3 or more, I return it to my hand instead of discarding it.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Check hand size. I'm sure none of us have over 8 cards. Now we go to the Mythos Phase. So I will go ahead and pull a card first. Please don't let it be another monster. Crypt Chill.
Why do you keep like hanging out in this place if it's cold?
It's thematic for real. Revelation. Test your will for 4. If you fail, choose and discard 1 asset you control. If you cannot, take 2 damage instead.
Can you not die?
Oh man.
This is bad.
So I have to test
your will of
my
3.
will of 3. So right,
succeed with 4.
So right now I'm already failing.
Yeah.
Can
I help?
I have my first aid that I can commit, but I don't want to. That's the only card I have that can help. Now my only chance is to pull a +2.
That's scary. Okay.
Or a +1.
Okay.
You don't have anything to help with?
I have 1 card that could
the flashlight. The 1 card you just pulled?
Yeah, because you need help with what? What do you need help with?
I need to test for will.
Okay, yeah, that's the only card I would be able to help you with.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
And the other card that I have is the first aid.
Yeah, you need to heal, but if you don't...
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay, alright. Alright, I'm going to try. I'm going to pull from the bag. I'm going to hope for a +1.
Mm-hmm.
Or
0?
an Elder Sign.
Oh, or an Elder Sign. Okay.
Alright,
oh, yeah,
so think +1 really hard.
No, I'm thinking Elder Sign.
Everyone,
+2.
Lend me your power.
Time roller.
Think +1.
I want to go higher, +2.
Think +2.
That way, if we get a negative, it's okay.
Okay, here we go. I absolutely love this bag. It doesn't stick to the tokens. It doesn't stick to your hand.
From? What game did it come from?
I don't know. I think we just bought it.
Possibly.
Poof. Elder Sign. There we go. -2. What the heck?
I said +2, not negative.
Oh, here comes the hurtin'.
That hurts.
All right, so I failed that test for sure.
Yeah, it did.
Choose and discard 1 asset you control. Okay, I'm gonna discard my flashlight. I lost it in the frigid cold.
Your hands were shaking and it dropped.
And that's it. Oh, that's so bad.
You don't have to take damage or
No, because I discarded a card. That cannot come up again.
Yeah.
I will not lose my gun here.
You're like, I'm just gonna die. Bye.
Yeah. So before I can heal myself, I'm gonna have to take this guy down.
Yeah, that kind of sucks too.
Yeah. So go ahead and pull your card.
I don't want to.
I know. What is it?
Ravenous Ghoul.
Ravenous Ghoul.
Humanoid, monster, ghoul. Prey, lowest remaining health.
No, you pulled it though. It is
Really?
on you. Yeah.
Why? I don't have the lowest remaining health.
But you.
It preys on the one with the.
Yeah,
lowest
if
remaining
we're in the
health.
same room.
Ugh.
But since you pulled it, it is now in your area, so
Fine.
it is.
I'm gonna stab it.
The side of the thing raised the question: do we eat to live, or do we live to eat?
He's kind of cool looking. I'd make friends. No, did you hear that? Let me get eaten by this monster because you went over here with me.
You put it down here.
Oh, yeah, because I've got to be able to see my stuff. Boop. I'm here. Hello, Diner. How are you?
Hey, we still have to get in touch with that recommendation.
Do you?
from
Oh,
yesterday.
yeah, we do. I forgot about that.
What was the?
it.
You did? Okay,
Yes.
cool. Well, welcome in. We're doing sort of well so far.
Leon, why are you doing this?
We just finished the Mythos, or did we? No, we did not.
No.
We keep forgetting to add a Doom up there.
Well, that's 3.
So that's 3. So let's go ahead and do this. So remove that. All right. So the agenda has now progressed. A lapse in time. Your house continues to change before your very eyes. The walls have decayed, and the ground in many rooms have turned to dirt. It is almost as if you have been transported somewhere else entirely. Although every now and again you recognize the elements of your former home. The lead investigator must decide. Either each investigator discards 1 card at random from his or her hand, or the lead investigator takes 2 horror.
We both have to discard our card?
1 card at random. I cannot take 2 horror right now.
Alright, that's fine.
And I am scared of discarding a card because I have a healing card here.
Well, what do you want? Do you want horror or do you want to discard a card? Look, we'll do it this way. We'll shuffle both of our hands, right? And then I'll pick one for you and you pick one for me. So that way you can just yell at me if I pick your
You just got done unboxing Machikoro.
Yeah, I want Machikoro.
That is one of the games.
Alright, look, here. You pick one of mine.
Man, I hate this part. Okay, so that gets discarded. Perception. Sucks.
Yep.
Please don't discard my healing card.
I'm not gonna try to.
I really, really need it.
Yeah. A little bit.
And if you do, I'm gonna
Rage quit this game and never play.
I'm gonna rage quit. Alright. No, not that one.
Stop.
It's the healing one, isn't it?
No. I should have made you wait longer, though.
Oh, this one actually does heal, though. But it needs a test. But it's okay. That one, I'd rather had lost that one than...
You're on movie 4 of... Ooh. Oh, nice.
Movie 4 of Harry
Yeah,
Potter
they were on
Hogwarts
3
Battle.
yesterday.
Nice.
Alright.
So...
It wasn't bad.
So, how difficult do you think that game is?
I mean, if he's playing with those kids, I'm sure it's not.
No, I mean, like,
Careful.
do they
understand the concept of what they're doing?
do they perceive the difficulty of it, or do you sometimes hear them go, "Man, this is hard," or is there moments where you're like, I don't know if we can get past this one?
Hopefully, playing some heavier games next week. That sounds great too.
Okay, so that's done.
So now New Badness comes out.
Yeah.
Oh.
The floor beneath you is giving way, and you see a vast network of tunnels twisting into the darkness below. Shapes and silhouettes of strange creatures move swiftly through the tunnels, trying to find a way up. You probably don't want to be here when they do. So,
Well,
7
that's bad.
Doom.
Okay.
7 Doom.
The dog comes out of the bathroom floor.
Yeah.
Look, why does
That is creepy.
Why does every
Right.
horror game have my tub?
Alright, check this out. Look at this
I'll
card.
never take a bath again.
If this thing came out of your bathroom, like, you wouldn't need a toilet.
Look, it has the clawfoot tub that is in our bathroom. I'm gonna be afraid to go.
That is creepy. I never liked looking at that card. Because I go to the bathroom at night in the dark. And in the morning in the dark. Alright, so...
At least it's not set up like our bathroom. Maybe that's...
Yeah. So Mythos Phase is done.
Yep.
We did our cards, we pulled them.
Yep.
Which we were supposed to do last.
Yep.
Investigator Phase. Alright, so let me get through this icy ghoul.
That would be great.
Let's do this.
We got this.
So, for my first action, I'm going to use another bullet. Because, 38 special.
They love it. They need some help understanding some of the wording, but they have easily grasped the concept. Well, that's
Cool.
good.
Because I was hoping to get maybe Anthony into that game. He likes Harry Potter.
He does.
So, and it's a deck builder. So that's going to...
Yesterday he did pretty good on stream. The few times he's tried to be on stream before, he was really all over the place.
So I'd like to introduce him to deck building. He's already had some experience with Clank. So he kind of likes that game.
Clank. Yeah.
So that may ignite, board games are awesome. It might not.
We'll see.
And because it builds on itself in each game and slowly adds more stuff, they are getting it easier. Awesome. I'm glad they are having fun with it.
Ink and gold, I think he'll push your luck things too.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna fight with a skill of 7.
Maybe when you're at the game stores tomorrow, you can find a deck building game that he might pick out for himself.
All right, we're going with 7. I'm just gonna pull.
Diner says I think it's perfect for his age. Yeah, our youngest is 10. He has read 2 of the books.
Hey, 0.
0.
I have killed this thing.
Is this yours, hon?
Yes, I used it.
Oh, okay. Stupid autocorrect. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
we got it. All right, so this thing is dead.
I read autocorrect correctly.
I've got 1 victory point for that.
Don't you get something for?
Yes, I get a clue.
Okay.
So this goes.
That goes there, right? Yep.
Yeah. So remember, I got 1 XP for defeating that.
Well, how do I remember that?
I don't know. What is this? This is not a clue. This is a resource.
I'll give you a resource.
I take a clue from the location.
Yeah. Dance, Misty, dance.
Dance, dance.
Do you know what that's from, Diner? We have to ask everybody if they know what that's a reference to.
Yeah, the actual...
Do you know what Dance, Misty, dance refers to?
Channel point. Alright, so that was my first action.
That's the only reason I do it, because I really like the reference.
So that was my first action. I am really hurting here.
Yeah, you should probably heal.
I should probably heal. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pay 2 resources.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go.
Diner says, I love this game. So Drew beat it last Wednesday, and he is playing with me now. The very first time we tried to play this over a year ago, we played it incorrectly. Don't you dare.
What is that?
That wasn't ours.
I thought it was.
Nope, that's not.
I was like, where is Kennedy that he's doing
behind
that?
me. He's asleep.
Alright, so this has 3 uses.
He's getting better at that, though. Like, he won't bark when he hears other dogs.
Alright, so for an action, I can spend the supply to heal. So, since my horror is only at 5, I think I should do that. So I'm going to spend my last action healing.
Okay.
So I'm going to remove 1 to heal this horror.
Diner doesn't know my reference.
Oh, it's from a movie.
A very old movie.
Very old movie.
Shows my age.
There's a very famous singer or musician in it.
As one of the leading characters.
There are a lot of goblins. And
like Muppets, it's great.
And 1 king.
Have you played Mansions Madness? Yes.
Yeah, we played that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played that 2 weeks ago with a bunch of great guys.
Well,
All right, so I'm done.
He's not in here, so I can't talk smack.
I'm done.
I'm always nice to Panic when he's not here. Oh God, he did it that time though. No, I was just talking about how good you are. You scared the hell out of Mommy. No, not the chihuahuas. No. Shh. I am not salty.
It's okay. There's nobody outside.
I was just talking about how good you are, and you made Mommy out of the chair because you're a big bad bark. No growls.
Oh no.
No, you're good. You're protecting the house. You're doing good, but you're pulling me across the floor. Don't you dare clip that! Come here. Come to Mommy. Come on. Whee!
He was like dead asleep.
I was like, you're good. You're good. If I reassure him, he's like a child.
Man.
It's supposed to work that way most of the time.
You know what that reminds me of? Like when the Dice Tower was having their Kickstarter for their season or their campaign, and then they reached their goal and someone blew the sound horn and then Tom was just like jumping out of his chair and he's like shaking.
Your soul left your body. You're doing so good. You're a good boy.
Okay, so it is your turn.
Is it?
Yes.
Did I miss my... Oh no. Tarmoor clipped it. Oh God. I'm never going to live that down.
No. Nice.
Alright.
Post it everywhere.
Post it everywhere. No.
Oh, man.
No. Alright.
There must be something out there.
There's a person.
Yeah. There's somebody antagonizing the dogs next door.
Yeah, which is why he's doing it. You're good. No. They're not in our yard. You're doing good protecting the house. You just have to hush now. Alright, I've got this monster on me, so I have to fight it.
Yes.
My strength is 1.
What?
Yeah, my strength is only 1. But I have this for 2.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good at all.
I'm trying to see if I have anything that helps me. The only card I have to help me is that one card. But it's not going to return to my hand because I'm not going to succeed by 3 or more.
I can help you with 1. I can give you a +1, but that's about it. That's all I can do. You can try to evade. That is an option. What is your evasion? What is your agility? Is that 4?
Yeah.
Try to run away from it. I can go, and it'll stay in the hallway. So eventually we'll have to deal with it.
Yeah. I mean,
But,
I only need 2 more clues.
Yeah, I can deal with it later. So if you try to evade it.
So how do I do that?
So you're going to test against his evasion. So it's at a 3.
And I'm at a 4.
You're at a 4. So I can still help you with 1.
Yeah, maybe just to be safe. Diner says my heart rate is now down to 145.
Alright, so you want me to help you with 1? So I'm going to commit this card to help you with a +1 in your agility.
Okay.
So right now you're at 5. So even if you get a -2, you should be fine. Or if you get the Elder Sign, that'd be great. So I'm down to 2 cards. I gotta be careful. Hey, you did it.
I'm making sure I hold my hand.
You did it. That's a 0.
That sucks that you had to use stuff.
No, it's okay. It was a card that I wasn't going to use.
He just hangs out in the hallway?
Yes. So it's evaded. So it is exhausted.
Okay.
And you can...
So that was my first move.
Yes. So now you can freely move and do whatever.
So this is 2?
Yes.
Alright. And then I have 4 moves total or actions total.
Yes. So you have 2 more left.
Alright,
So now that we've played this the right way, do you feel like
I like it better when we played it the right way.
Yeah. Because that's exactly how I felt. I was like, okay, I'm going to sit down and learn this. I'm going to learn it the right way. I'm going to watch all these videos on how to play this game. And I sat down. Any questions that came up, I looked in the rule book. I got everything sorted out.
So this is the number I have to beat, correct?
Yes, the shroud is 4.
And I'm at 3?
You're at 3. Your intellect is at 3, so you need to beat 4. Now that's where the flashlight came in handy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play a card, and I have just enough resources to play a flashlight.
Okay, so you're playing the flashlight, so that requires 3 supplies.
Or it has 3 uses.
Yeah, 3 uses.
Yeah. So for my actual investigation action, I'm gonna spend 1, so that'll be
2
instead of 4.
Yes.
And then I should be okay.
You should be okay. I don't have any card that can help you.
Yeah, it's okay. Alright, I will pull. I just need the bag.
Okay. Good luck.
Oh.
Ooh, that is -X. There are no ghouls
In my location.
at your location, so nothing happens.
Okay. That was.
So you pass.
So sadly, I only got 1 more this time.
It's okay. So between us, though,
We have enough, but we have to be in the hallway.
we have to be in the hallway, yes.
Yeah, and there's a monster there.
Now, if we can get the other 2 in here, that'll be one less thing we have to do later. So we have to decide, do we want to go for the clues now and then go to the hallway?
I don't know.
Or do we come back later? Do you want to just progress the story and see how it goes? Okay. Alright, so we're done with our investigator phase. Enemy phase, nothing happens. This guy is exhausted. He's not going to do anything. Upkeep phase. Reset actions.
No.
So,
No.
This
Okay.
is upkeep.
I thought we forgot that part.
This is upkeep. So we reset. Ready, all exhausted. Each investigator draws a card and gains 1 resource. Good, because I need a card. Oh yeah. Nice. What'd you get?
Dig deep.
Dig deep.
Mm-hmm.
A spooky game wouldn't be complete without a good jump scare. That was a good jump scare.
Yeah.
Heart rate is down to 145 now.
Maybe until he barks again. It's his ball to bark.
Yeah. Okay. So we don't have 8 cards in our hand.
Nope.
So now we go to the Mythos phase. So this is where we put the Doom onto the card there. Alright. The agenda is not at the threshold, so each investigator draws 1 card from the top of the encounter deck. Let's do it. Rotting Remains. Great. So that's that.
Test your will.
I have to test my will.
Which is the same as that dude.
Which is at 3. For each point you fail by, take 1 horror. Okay. I don't have anything that's gonna help me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and draw from the bag. Oh man. Okay, here we go. What
Hooded
is
beast.
that?
-1. If you fail, take horror.
Yeah, that's a -1, which puts me to a 2. which means for each point you fail by, take 1 horror. So I take 2. That sucked. Well, that was it for that.
Can you heal your horror?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, I can.
I mean, I don't want to be that person, but we're not dead yet. And
No.
It's 6 o'clock.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean, we've been streaming for 2 hours and
Yeah.
we're not dead.
Yeah.
This is me.
It's you.
Gold minion.
Great.
It was a colossal and nameless blasphemy with glaring red eyes and held on to bony claws a thing that had been a man, gnawing at the head as a child nibbles at a stick of candy.
So that is engaged to you.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. So we go down to our phase now.
Yep.
Alright, so I can attack the ghoul for you. I can probably do massive damage to it.
Okay.
That'll take 1 action, and then I'll move. I'll get a clue if I take him down.
Yeah.
And then I'll move into the hallway, which will get me stuck with the ravenous ghoul here.
Okay.
Which I can probably attempt to take down also. But I only have 2 bullets left in my 38 special.
Okay.
So, yeah. Alright. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to attack your ghoul. So it's going to attach to me since I am attacking it. I'm going to use a bullet. There we go. So my attack, my strength right now is at 7. So let's do it.
I mean, we technically have 6 clues.
Yeah, but we can't do anything until we're in the hallway. And I
Yeah.
can't, none of us can move until the monsters are done. Taken care of.
Oh, I thought when we were in the hallway it did.
-1. So I killed it.
Cool.
I killed it.
So you get a something.
I get a clue. Alright, so this is where...
That was 2 actions.
Now, when I move, I think I can take you with me.
Ooh, is that a thing?
Huh?
I said, ooh, is that a thing?
I believe so. If I'm not mistaken, I think a move action also... I don't know. I could have swore I read it somewhere, but I don't know. I don't... Let me check the index real quick. Alright, so 15. That's where we can read the move. No, I don't see anything about it. I could have swore it was something. It's okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my second action. Third. What
Didn't you?
No, I fought once.
Oh right, yeah. Sorry.
Hey, you're trying to give me less actions?
Maybe.
So I'm gonna move to the hallway, which is going to engage me with this beautiful guy. This pretty guy right here. So I'm there. And I'm going to use my last bullet on him.
Okay.
I know, that's horrible.
Yeah, it's okay.
We have to, though.
Gotta progress.
Yeah, so I'm going to use my last bullet. So I'm at 7.
This sees the traitor in this game. You shush.
I bet. I bet. Oh no, I'm not at 7. Because there's no clues there. Ooh.
Every game, whether she knows it or not.
It's just +1, so I'm at 5.
Okay.
I need a 3. Alright, well, I mean, it's still good. It's still good. -1, I still got it. I still got him. So he takes 2 damage. No, he's at 3.
Oh, that's right. Oh, no, that's bad.
He's at 3 health.
Okay.
He only does 1 and 1 when it attacks. So you can come in and exhaust it.
Okay, what does he need? He just needs 2 of these. And then you get... Oh, you didn't kill him. Never mind.
No, I didn't kill him.
I was like, you get something, but you didn't kill it. Alright, my turn?
Yeah, I believe that was the last action that I had. So...
Oh! I'm gonna move over here.
Alright. So...
And now I say, let's put all of our thingies together.
Well, I'm engaged with a creature,
I don't
though.
think that matters.
You don't think that matters?
No, because whenever we do a thing, it says to discard all of the creatures in that location. That's what I did for the first room.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that's what it's gonna do.
Okay. So
Alright,
it'll come with us to the next room.
Hold on, it might, yeah.
It's okay, you're my friend. I'm gonna come over here and hang out.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about being, yeah, so I guess, let's just go ahead and do it.
Let me not do what we couldn't.
So you just need the 1, right?
4, 5, yeah.
So I still have 1 left. So we're going to advance this.
Are we almost at done?
Maybe.
Okay.
Using the barrel from the attic, you carry ice and snow from the cellar and hurl it at the barrier. The barrier sparks and shudders as it consumes the ice, then hisses and fades out of existence. Is that all that it needed?
Water?
The barrier blocking the passage into the parlor has vanished. Reveal the parlor. Doom. That's what it looks like.
Parlor's revealed.
All the horror. All of it.
Looks like somebody had a good time.
Put the set aside Lita Chandler into play in the parlor.
Okay.
Spawn the set aside Ghoul Priest in the hallway. Great!
Oh, that's where we are!
That's where we are! Alright, so this guy...
A Ghoul Priest?
Yeah.
Is that like Panic King?
No. So this guy has a health of 10, so it's 5 per investigator. The prey is the highest strength, which is going to be me.
Okay.
It's going to do a lot of damage, so don't let me die.
I mean, I'll do my best, but I can't do but so much.
Yeah, the problem is, you need to go to Lita and get her to join you so that way you can come back. The issue is that I'm going to go first.
Yep. So we may die.
So we may die.
Okay, we'll see.
All right, let me see player order. Maybe you can go first.
No, it says the active player has to go first. We already established that at the beginning.
Well, that's only for lead investigator stuff to where...
Kind of discussion is back. Boop. Unlock.
Surprise!
Surprise! Player order.
No, in player order. That's not player order. What was it? Lead investigator? 4 14. That's on 14. Let me see what that... Lead investigator is sometimes required to make important scenario decisions. Okay. So that's all it's there for. So there's not... I don't know how do you want to play it?
I mean, we've been playing it as you went first every round, so I assumed you had to go first. So
well, we were doing that because based on what was going on. Because I always had enemies on me.
Which is how it is now.
Yeah, when I played it the other day, I just chose who went first.
I don't know. I feel like choosing the lead investigator means you have to go first.
No, that's just for decisions for lead investigators. Because there are certain, like the cards that when we have, like that last thing that we had to do, where the lead investigator had to choose whether to discard a random card.
Yeah.
So that was a lead investigator decision. What have you done? Act 3. A woman with a torch stands in your parlor, a glimmer of hatred in her eyes. What have you done to my barrier? She screams, furious. Before you can answer, a ghastly wail sounds behind you, and a creature wearing robes and a deer skull mask tears through the wall, advancing towards you. Objective: the ghoul priest is defeated. Advance.
Okay. I don't know. I still feel like...
I mean, it's your turn anyway. I already done all my stuff.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, this was just to do that.
How many actions do I have?
You still have 4. That wasn't an action.
I moved into here.
Oh, okay, then 3. So if you move into the parlor and try to get Lita, that may help a lot for the next. Olympian, hello. How are you doing? Just playing a little game of Arkham Horror. I have to constantly check my coffee to see if there's no gnats in there.
I mean, I want to try to hit it.
Alright. Let me suggest, you can still do what you want. But Lita here, as an ally, will get you +1 in strength. Okay. And whenever you do damage, it's going to do +1 damage. And that's for both of us, if she's in the same room. So, I feel that if we can get her into the hallway, we can do way more damage at one time. Because I still have to deal with this guy and this guy.
Okay.
Alright, yes, they're both going to hit me hard next turn.
Yeah, which is probably going to end the game. So me going to get somebody for you to end the game anyways.
So, what do you want to do? You want to go after the ghoul priest or the ravenous ghoul? Because this guy's going to do 2 more damage. Alright, so when we parlay here, we have to test for our intellect. And we have to succeed with a 4. If we succeed, then we take control of her. So we're both at 3. So both of us can have a chance to grab her and then bring her back.
Except you have 2 monsters on
Except
your ass,
I have 2. Yeah.
You can't drag them to the next room.
You probably have a better... You can probably evade this better than I can. Because my agility is at 2. I have really bad agility. So if you can evade this or fight it, whichever one you want to do, Because your strength is at 1. Plus 1 with the knife, so that's at 2.
And if I discard it, it could be 4.
Yeah. But those are the options. We'll let you decide what to do.
I mean, I want to attack it.
That whole Mac coffee? Yeah, ever since that happened yesterday, I've been like really paranoid. I've been like looking in there like, is there any protein? Right. So far so good though. Alright, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna attack it.
Attack the ghoul?
Yep.
Okay. So since you're gonna attack it, it's going to be engaged to you.
So I'm gonna discard the knife.
Now, the retaliate is if you fail the test, it'll do damage to you.
Okay.
So you have to pass in order for it not to do damage. Okay.
So I'm gonna discard it. So I'll get +2 plus the one it already gives me. Or do I have? Is that 2 separate actions?
It's 2 separate actions.
But I have 2 more actions, right? So I can technically do both.
I mean, not at the same time.
Okay.
You can't.
So it'll be 2.
Yeah.
Plus the one I have, which is 3.
Yeah. You're gonna need a 4. I can give you +2. I can commit a overpower card, and it will allow you to draw a card.
I also have that one. I can use that for anything.
So if you succeed by 3 or more, return opportunities to your hand after this instead of discarding it. Are you gonna be able to do 3 or more? Because this will give you +2 to strength.
All right, we'll do that.
So I'm gonna commit overpower.
2, 4, 5. So I'll have 5.
So you'll have 5.
Right.
So I'm committing that card to help you.
All right, see what happens.
Oh, you need that elder sign. Olympian snuggles into a bag of 97 meeples. Hey.
Oh.
-2. So what were you at?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And
ouch.
Do you want to use your card to discard and redraw?
Yeah.
Because that was a fail. That would have been horrible.
Well, I can only do this one.
Yeah, that's it. Whatever you get now is whatever you get.
Alright, Dre, good luck. I'll see you in like 30 minutes. A little less than 30.
Are we gonna get done with this?
I don't know. I think so. I think we'll be good. Oh, I got a +1.
+1, you did it.
That's not bad.
No, that was well worth it.
Alright, so you take that. And
okay.
So I hit it.
Yes, you do. So that card goes away, so
yeah,
it's going to take 2 damage.
Yeah.
So it goes to your discard, right?
I felt like...
No, only events.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was really
so put 2 of the hearts on here. It is...
So was that all my actions?
You moved.
Mm-hmm. I hit it?
You hit it.
So I have 2 more actions, right?
You have 2 more, I believe. You didn't play a card or anything, right?
Mm-mm.
No, because you used that card to fight it, so you still have 2 more.
I mean, I guess I should probably try to hit it again, right?
I don't know. I would be careful. It does have retaliate. Just looking through to see.
Bought this game used, but got 2 base sets and 4 expansions for $40. But I only played it once. My tokens were also in coin capsules. Yeah, I thought about doing that as well.
That would be pretty cool.
Because when we got this, I looked at doing the coin capsules. They're really cool. I mean, I do want to try to hit it again. I think. Maybe. Oh, I don't know though.
Looking at the fight action here. Trying to see if the attack exhausts the enemy.
Alright, how many actions do I have?
Are you're not keeping track? You have 2 more.
Okay. Well, I forgot.
Trying to figure out if he's exhausted or not. But, you know.
Rule books.
Rule books.
Is there something about attack?
You would think that there's something.
Fight. So when we're all getting together for 48 hours, 4 games at Gen Con, or at GrandyCon. I don't know, that would be really cool though. We've like thought about doing something like that. Let me see the index book one.
Yeah. These really need to be made better. Like, it doesn't say when
Attack against an enemy?
Yeah.
Yep. Fight action.
I just want to know when a creature gets exhausted. I know it gets exhausted when you evade. That is one I know for sure. I don't think it exhausts when you attack it though. Because it doesn't say anything here.
What's GrandyCon? Something that we joke about that we're gonna do. To fight an enemy, test successful, the attack succeeds and damage is done. Default damage dealt by attacks.
Yeah, it doesn't say that it gets exhausted. So he's very dangerous. You're gonna try to fight him again?
I don't know.
Yeah, it only exhausts if you evade, which is probably a better option, but I'll leave that up to you. Your attack strength is very low.
Yeah, I can only do a 2. It's early November, got it. It's funny, we have possibly people coming to visit in November.
I would suggest you evade it, but...
That uses agility?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll just do that.
So you still have 2 more actions.
Yeah, evade would be one of them.
Yeah. Do you want to put in anything to help?
Fine.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay. So it's at a 4. You're at a 4. You need a +1 or a 0. -2 if there's a ghoul enemy or a location, take 1 damage, and that does count as a ghoul.
Well, there's technically 2 then.
It doesn't matter. It's
so
if there is
2,
a
right?
ghoul. No, you just take 1.
1 what damage? Just
Just
health?
regular damage.
Okay.
If it was horror, it would say horror.
So didn't succeed at that.
Nope.
So my last action, I should probably try again.
You're gonna try to evade again?
Yep.
Okay. Do you want me to commit a card to help out?
I think it'll be okay. Oh wait. Take one more damage. Take one. Okay, never mind. I don't have any real life friends that play board games, so it's like sort of living through you all. Oh.
Hey, you can always come on Discord and play a game with us.
Yeah.
Live on stream. It's not the same.
Or if you don't want to stream, we can play offline too.
Yeah, we can totally play offline.
Right.
But you're on a podcast, so you're used to being live. But it's up to you. We can always play a game.
Ready?
No. Oh my god, the same one. Oh, we're gonna die.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Oh no.
Oh, but he retaliates, doesn't he?
No, only when you attack.
Oh, okay.
If you fail an attack.
Oh, if I fail an attack.
Alright.
It's okay.
I is scared. You are.
There's no shame in playing online. It's how I play most of my... Yeah, exactly, Phantom. Alright. Goes next. What are we doing?
No, there is no shame. It's just some people just don't like playing on...
Turner says, are we doing anything tonight? As in you and him.
I don't know.
Are you guys playing something?
Some people don't like playing online, which I understand because I like playing on the table.
Remember when we first started streaming and you were like, oh, I'm never going to play BGA all the time and I don't like online
But I
games.
don't play BGA all the time. I like playing on the table.
I know, but I'm saying you're one of those people. You don't necessarily like to play online.
Yeah.
Which is nothing wrong with that.
Okay, I'm a little scared. My heart's kind of racing.
You're fine. Let's go.
Enemy phase.
Yep, that's happening.
Okay, so you're going to take 2 and 2.
Yep.
I'm going to take 1 and 1.
Okay. You're taking 1 and 1?
Yeah, so give me a 3 in the heart and 1 heart.
Okay. That treats me.
Tradesies.
Right, so what's your damage?
I'm at 2 heart left.
I was like, I got meds for that.
And I have 5 health left.
Okay.
I might go insane.
Is this guy gonna attack you now?
I already did that.
Oh, okay. Oh, you just did that.
I just did it.
Okay.
Alright, so that's done.
Yep.
Reset actions. We're gonna get 1 supply and draw 1 card. Please give me something.
Oh, I don't want to say this.
You got a weakness?
Well, I mean, my basic weakness is going to kick in.
Uh-oh.
After I take 1 or more damage, which I just did with this dude.
Yeah.
I have to take a direct horror.
Ooh.
So that's another one, right?
That's a blue.
Oh, blue. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Oh, that weakness.
That's okay. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Alright.
I'm at 4 and 3.
Okay, I'm gonna attack this ravenous ghoul, and then I'm gonna try to...
Is it our turns?
No.
We gotta do this thing.
In Mythos, and then we draw a card.
Yeah, I was like, we're not done yet.
Ancient Evils. Place 1 doom on the current agenda. That's it for me.
Grasping hands.
No.
Test for agility.
Yep, all
Each
the
point
bad
you
stuff.
fail, take a damage.
All the bad stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Your agility's at 4. You need 3. Yeah. I can add +1. Do you need +1? Would it help for a +1? This needs to go away. Possibly. I don't think I'm going to use this card, so I'm going to go ahead and commit this for you.
Says, Phantom, where do you live? He lives on the West Coast. I know that much.
Doesn't he live in
I
Michigan?
think actually, Phantom?
No, we're talking
No,
about Phantom.
not Phantom. Not
Yeah.
Pantic. I'm doing it again.
Pantic?
Yeah. I'm not insane.
Yeah, I think Phantom lives on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pantic.
Pantic.
Alright,
Alright, what did you get? You have a 5. Okay, so that helped. Okay, you passed. See?
Washington State. Yeah. See, I wanted to say it was Washington, but I wasn't sure. What did I do?
You passed. You don't have to worry about it.
Oh, everything's fine?
Yeah, everything's
Okay.
fine. Okay. So we did add a Doom, and then we added another one because of my card that I pulled. Stupid card. Alright, so we're at the Investigator Phase now. Okay, this is where I get to attack now. I'm going to go ahead and attack. I don't have my gun anymore. So I'm going to have to go just straight fists. So let's go for it. I have a strength of 4. I need to pass with a 3. Oh, jeez. Here we go. +1. Nice. It's dead. It's gone.
And you get something?
No.
No?
No, there's no clues.
Oh, that's right.
Alright, so that's my first action.
Yep.
If I take another hit, that's it. I'm at 4.
I say we go out gun the blade then.
Do you want me to just attack the Ghoul Priest?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got this.
So my first action was to attack that
How
guy.
How much attacky stuffs do you have?
I have 4.
Alright, I'm gonna give you 1 for 5. That's how I play that, right?
Yes.
Okay. And
What
can
does that say? Deal 2 damage to an exhausted enemy at your location.
Yeah, but
For that's an
not...
event.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can do this.
Yeah, so you're committing that card to help me.
And
No, just 1.
I can only do 1?
Only do 1.
Okay, well, there you go. And since it's an event, it goes on the bottom of my deck.
No, you're not playing it as an event, though.
Oh, that's right. Crap. Okay, that's fine.
So I get 5.
Yep.
I need a 4.
Mommy, I'll take you out in a second, baby. Mommy, I'll take you out in a minute. Let's see what that pulls.
Are you kidding me?
No. I thought you were gonna... I thought it said +2. I got you. You're good. So what happens? It's -2, so you fail, right? Oh,
Hold on.
wait.
I was at a 4. You added 1.
Yes.
So that brought me down to a 3 for that -2. So yes, I did fail.
No.
So let me look up retaliate real quick.
Sit, baby. What's the Oh, never mind. You told me what that was. Stop. Hang on.
Each time an investigator fails a skill test while attacking a ready enemy with the retaliate keyword, after applying all results for that skill test, the enemy performs an attack against the attacking investigator.
So...
Oh,
wait, you're dead.
It does 2 damage to me and 2 horror, so I died.
I thought if I helped you,
I went insane.
helped. Don't you put my hand in your mouth.
I don't think I can come back from that.
No, it's not the other game.
Yeah.
We don't get to pull the cool cards in this game.
There's none of that.
I really thought you were gonna do it, especially with me helping.
I mean, there was a -2 in there. What did you think was gonna happen?
I know. You've been pulling decently, though.
I know.
There's no dice in this game. You do good at this game.
Why is there no investigator death on here?
Because when you die in this one.
I know, but do you still keep playing? That's the thing.
Probably not.
Alright.
Because I'm going to be like sad that you died, and so I get engulfed by the priest. The ghoul priest.
That's what I don't get. It's a learn to play
one.
guide. It's a learn to play guide. But it
doesn't learn you to play.
It's like it's in no order. It's all over the place. This dumb book.
Can't set the board on fire and win this game, Drew.
No, you can't. I can set this rule book on fire.
I've heard a lot of people scan these pages and put it in order like it should be.
This is all over the place. It really is. And I don't want people to like go, oh, I don't want to get this game because the rule book's all over the place.
The game is good, but that's the reason that we got so frustrated last time was the rule book.
Yeah. Like, it's a learn to play guide. Okay, cool. Awesome. So what happens when your investigator dies?
Diners give
You know what the rule book says? I don't know.
Come here. You got to enter cheat codes. Come on.
The rule book doesn't tell you.
Here you go. Say thank you, Diner. Thanks for my treats. It's good. No, that is not a
It has rules on customizing your deck, but it doesn't tell you what happens when your investigator goes insane.
Good job. We just died.
This is the biggest issue I have with
This rule book.
Fantasy Flight. They have all this money to
it's
do
not
this
just
production
this game
value.
either. It's like all of their rule books.
It's all of them.
Timer's like, you just died.
I know, I get that.
Like
but the thing is, it's like, why can't you just put these in sections? You know, what happens?
Let's go to face cam. Where are we talking? You died. Alright, mommy's gonna take you out. You gotta give me a sec. Mommy told dad to go to the face cam. I don't know the buttons. Let me read the other one. This one?
So I'm just gonna go with you die, but
it sucks though, because I mean, I guess it shouldn't say that you die, but
good luck, Doggo has graced our screens. It's under how you lose. I get that. But I think that she still continues because I have died. I've gone insane.
What is it?
But I think you continue.
It's under how you lose, really? No, there's no how you lose.
How about look under I for investigator death or health or sanity.
Investigate action deck. Keyword.
What about health?
Health and damage 12.
I think the investigators still continue though. I think one person goes out, it doesn't end the game.
Investigator has damage on him equal to his health, and investigator is defeated. When an investigator is defeated, he or she is eliminated from the scenario.
Yeah. So that means you can't play this character throughout the whole scenario. So what you basically have to do is pick another character. So we has died. We's done. But that is the game. That is how it happens.
Yeah. I really thought me helping was gonna help because you have so much strength as it is.
This bag of doom and goodies. Sometimes it's just what happens.
We were doing good with the pulls at first.
We were. Even though we lost, you still enjoyed the game.
I liked it. I liked it a lot better than the first time we played.
Yeah. It's just luck. It's just luck from the bag. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I just happened to pull that -2. What are you gonna do? It took me out.
I mean, because you could have pulled anything.
Yeah. It could have gone either way. But yeah, I would definitely try to play this again. However, with this game, specifically with this game, you can only play this with 2 players. To play it with 4 players, you need to buy a whole other set of the same game because all of these investigators use 4 sets of cards. Each one uses
That was one thing that frustrated you when we first got it too.
Each investigator uses 2 different kinds. There's the actual investigator cards, and then there's a secondary set that they use. Then there's the base. There's a whole bunch of base cards, but it's only enough for 2 players.
Yeah.
So
and we had friends that wanted to play, but we would have had to buy a whole nother set.
So that's the thing. If you want to play 4 players, you can totally do that, but you need 2 sets of the game.
Yeah.
Which sucks. But
is there only 1 round sequence card?
No, there's more.
Okay, I figured there was, but we didn't do bad on this either. We only had 3 on this one. And I feel like we progressed more in this one than we did the last time too.
Lita Chandler here. Mm-hmm. This lady gives you a +1 in strength.
Do you think me going there would have helped?
Yes, because I used her the last time I played, and it did massive damage. Of course, I had weapons, so...
Yeah. Did you use both of these players last time?
Yes. Of course, I didn't get my weapons that I needed. Like last time I had a machete, I believe.
Do we need to take the weaknesses out?
45 automatic would have been good. No, leave them in.
Leave them in? Okay.
Yeah.
I separated them from my character.
Yeah, leave them in.
So
that's it.
So you won without me, but you lost with me.
It's really up to...
Did you have good
fate.
pulls last time?
Yeah, I had tons of... I didn't have any guns. I had a lot of melee weapons. But you know, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of the cards that I needed were near the bottom here. I also had I had an ally last time too. But like I said, here's two different sets of cards. One's blue and one's brownish, orange. And then you got the basic cards, which are gray. So
let's see if Panic is still on. He is.
So
still doing the cool game.
What? Okay, so we're gonna go raid Panic?
Yeah.
Cool. So I hope you guys had fun watching us.
I understood it when you explained it. I was really confused the first time we played. And I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean I can't do this?
Yeah, I was totally confused too.
And it's good that I got that amulet out really early and one of the helper people because I got 4 actions instead of the 3.
Yeah, so
I don't think I did too bad.
No, so we can definitely play this again if we really want to.
Yeah, but I think we should play the scenario off stream so when we do play it on stream...
so we're going to have to pass the scenario first before we go to the next one.
Yeah, that's just how we are.
But let's just assume that we did pass it.
Yeah.
And then we will probably start the second one sometime soon. Maybe.
In October.
Yeah. So like I said...
Another spooky game.
Thank you guys for watching.
We hope it wasn't so bad.
No, it wasn't. We had some jump scares, which are great.
Oh my gosh. I'm afraid to go back and look at the jump scare.
Guys, it's been clipped. Share it everywhere.
Yeah, share
it's
it everywhere.
Fun.
Make fun of Misty. Jumping out
all the
skin.
Fun. So
I jumped really high.
So what are we doing on Thursday?
We're gonna do Once Upon
Castle or
Once Upon a Castle.
Once Upon Castle.
And Anthony's gonna be here.
It is a roll and write, I believe, but it's a roll and draw game. Yeah. So it's a cute little game for kids. So if it's something that you think would be beneficial to your family to play.
That's one reason I wanted to get it, because I do want other kids to play.
Yeah, if you've got kids and want to check that game out, come back on Thursday. We're gonna be playing it. I should have this sheets printed out too, so you guys can play along.
Tamara looks like Sue Laura. I'm the one that told him to pick it up, of course.
And then Friday is our normal BGA, and
then we do have another announcement. On Sunday, we're actually going to be streaming, but not here. We're going to be on Tailwagon.
Oh yes, we will be on Tailwagon Games stream playing on a date night, a double date night.
It's going to be fun.
Game night.
I loved it when we did that last time.
So we will let you guys know all about that.
Yep.
Within the next coming days.
We're gonna go raid Panic. I'm gonna take the dog out, and I'm gonna go get ready.
And then you will be on another stream tonight, and I will be probably playing with Time Lord.
All right, I will see you in a sec.
All right. So let's go head over to Panic's.
I want to see the game Panic's playing too.
All right. Well, you can't do that if you're outside.
I'm most certainly can. Where is your leash?
Guys, stick around. Let's show some love to Mr. Panic. Do you remember the name of the game that he's playing?
I do not.
Well,
it's a video game.
It's a video game. Okay. Well, let's go over there and show some love.
It's that really cool video game that came out on the PlayStation today.
That?
I don't remember what it's called.
That helps a lot.
It's one that we looked at.
Kina.
Yeah, it's so cool.
All right, let's head on over. So until Thursday, guys. Good night. Stay safe.